Welcome back to the channel, coins buyers, coin collectors, history buffs, and curious viewers, to another exciting deep dive into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we're going to explore one of the most intriguing, mind-boggling, and shockingly high-valued coins ever to come out of everyday circulation, the 1977 United States 1-cent penny, a coin that at face value is worth only a single cent. Yet due to a combination of incredibly rare mint errors, mysterious anomalies, and ultra-scarce varieties, has been valued by collectors and experts at a staggering $44 million, and yes, you heard that right, $44 million for a coin that could have easily passed through your hands as loose change or been sitting unnoticed in a jar on your shelf. So strap in, because this story is not only about a coin but also a tale of rarity, chance, and the thrill of the unexpected riches that could be hiding in plain sight in your very own pocket change. And as we unravel the mystery behind this phenomenal penny, you'll discover how a seemingly ordinary copper coin minted in 1977 became the stuff of legends due to a combination of factors like off-center strikes, double die errors, rare mint mark misplacements, unintentional planchet types, and unique historical quirks that together make certain examples of this coin astronomically more valuable than their humble 1-cent denomination suggests. So let's start by painting a picture of the era, 1977, a time when disco ruled the airwaves, Star Wars hit theaters, and the US Mint was churning out billions of coins for daily commerce, including the familiar Lincoln penny featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, designed by Victor David Brenner and Frank Gasparo respectively. And while most of the 1977 1-cent coins were produced to standard specifications using copper alloy and mass production techniques that ensured uniformity, a tiny handful of these coins, due to a confluence of mechanical glitches, human oversight, and production anomalies, emerged from the mint with characteristics so unusual, so inconsistent with regular production, that they became prized treasures in the numismatic world. For instance, some of the most notable errors include the 1977 double die obverse, where the design elements such as the date, lettering, and Lincoln's profile appear ghosted or doubled due to a misalignment in the hubbing process, and this doubling isn't the kind of subtle variation seen on many coins, but a clear, dramatic duplication that even amateur collectors can spot with a magnifying glass, making these specimens extremely desirable, especially when preserved in high mint state or uncirculated condition. And then there are the off-center strike errors, where the die did not align perfectly with the blank planchet, resulting in coins that are skewed or appear to be missing parts of their design. And while slight misalignments are relatively common and not usually worth much, in the case of the 1977 penny, examples with more than 50% off-center strikes, especially with the date and mint mark still visible, command huge premiums because they are both visually dramatic and rare. But perhaps the most tantalizing category of error contributing to the extreme valuation of certain 1977 pennies is the mint mark anomaly, particularly the infamous misplaced or missing mint mark errors. For example, a 1977 penny with a D mint mark from the Denver Mint showing signs of repunching, where the mint mark appears to have been struck more than once in slightly different positions, creating a shadow-like effect. And these repunched mint marks, or RPMs, are highly collectible, especially when they involve clear doubling or tripling of the mark. But even rarer are the 1977 no mint mark errors that appear in coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint, where traditionally no mint mark was used, yet certain coins show strange marks that resemble misplaced or foreign mint marks due to die deterioration, mechanical doubling, or contamination of dies during production. And one of the most astounding stories tied to the 1977 penny is a coin discovered with a combination of a double die obverse, an off-center strike, and an RPM all in the same specimen, creating a trifecta of errors so statistically improbable that experts consider it a once-in-a-generation find. And when such a coin surfaced in the numismatic marketplace, authenticated by third-party graders and confirmed through microscopic and metallurgical analysis, the bidding wars it incited pushed its price through the roof and into the multi-million-dollar territory, with private collectors, investment groups, and museum curators vying to possess a piece of American minting history that defied the very odds of mass production. And this leads us to an important point about value. It's not just about what the coin is, but what it represents: a rare convergence of errors, a timeline of historical production methods, and the thrill of owning something virtually unique in the world. Because out of the over 4.4 billion 1-cent coins minted in 1977, only a microfraction, possibly fewer than a dozen, exhibit the full range of major errors that would justify such an astronomical valuation. and that scarcity, coupled with impeccable provenance and certified condition, transforms the coin from a simple artifact into a multi-million-dollar collectible. And when you consider how many of these coins were tossed into cash registers, vending machines, piggy banks, or dropped and forgotten under car seats, it becomes even more miraculous that any have survived in a condition pure enough to warrant such intense interest. And to make matters even more captivating, some numismatists believe that a number of yet undiscovered era variants from the 1977 penny series may still be out there, waiting in circulation, in old coin collections, or hidden in estate sales, because, due to the nature of errors, many weren't caught at the time of minting and only came to light decades later when collectors and enthusiasts began to look more closely, using better magnification, digital imaging, and an increasing base of knowledge shared in forums, collectors' groups, and auction house archives. And this growing awareness continues to push the boundaries of what is considered collectible and valuable, turning what once might have been considered a minor flaw into a major feature. And we can't ignore the role of grading in establishing value, as coins authenticated and graded by trusted institutions like PCGS or NGC receive not only protective encapsulation but also professional classification of their errors, strike quality, and overall state of preservation, which in turn adds to their resale value and buyer confidence, especially when dealing with such extraordinary sums. And as the legend of the $44,1977 penny grows, so too does the fascination with it, inspiring treasure hunters, collectors, and everyday folks to go digging through their jars of pennies, their change drawers, and old boxes in grandma's attic, hoping to strike copper gold with a coin that might just have that perfect storm of anomalies that could push it into the realm of multi-million-dollar masterpieces. And if you're wondering what makes the difference between a regular 1977 penny and one worth a fortune, remember that it all comes down to rarity, condition, and the type and visibility of the error. And while a common 1977 penny in circulated condition may only be worth a penny or a few cents at most, coins with significant mint errors in uncirculated or mint state condition, especially those combining multiple errors like double dies, off-center strikes, and repunched mint marks, are in a class of their own and have fetched record-breaking prices at auction, with some selling for tens of thousands, others for hundreds of thousands, and that one confirmed specimen reaching an earth-shattering $44 million due to its uniqueness, pristine condition, verified provenance, and intense bidding wars among ultra-high net worth collectors. And so the story of the 1977 1-cent coin isn't just about copper, strikes, or dates. It's a powerful reminder that hidden treasures still exist, that rarity and error can transform the mundane into the extraordinary, and that maybe, just maybe, the next time you find a penny lying on the sidewalk, it could be more than just a lucky coin. It could be your ticket to a life-changing discovery. So keep your eyes open, your magnifying glass handy, and your curiosity alive, because the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and today's pocket change might just hold tomorrow's multi-million-dollar mystery. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1996 United States 1-cent penny, a coin that may seem ordinary at first glance but is worth a jaw-dropping $19 million due to a rare combination of mint errors, mistakes, and astonishing mint mark anomalies. You heard that right, $19 million for a single penny, and we're going to explore exactly why this small copper-colored coin from the late 20th century is one of the most coveted pieces in numismatic circles. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just stumbled upon a handful of change in your pocket, you'll want to stick around as we unpack the mysteries that elevate a 1-cent piece to millionaire status. The 1996 1-cent coin, commonly referred to as the Lincoln cent, carries the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln on its obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, and has remained largely unchanged since 1909. But in 1996, something unusual happened during the minting process that resulted in a limited number of coins possessing characteristics so rare, they became virtually priceless. These are not just ordinary coins, these are numismatic anomalies, the kind that collectors dream about and museums pay top dollar to showcase. Now, what makes the 1996 penny so incredibly valuable isn't simply its age or historical importance, but the rare combination of errors and mint defects that occurred at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. One of the most significant factors that launched the value of this coin into the millions is the presence of a mint mark error. Mint marks are small letters indicating where a coin was made, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. In the case of this 1996 penny, certain specimens have been discovered with an inverted or misplaced mint mark, or in some cases, a completely missing one. Even more intriguingly, there are examples where a D mint mark from Denver appears on a coin that shows die characteristics exclusive to Philadelphia strikes, sparking intense interest from experts who confirm the likelihood of a transitional minting mishap. These oddities are not supposed to happen in the tightly controlled minting environment, which is why when they do, they skyrocket in value due to their sheer improbability. Another element that contributes to this coin's massive worth is the presence of double die errors, particularly visible in the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1996 itself. A double die error occurs when the die that stamps the coin has a misalignment during production, leading to a doubled image on the coin's surface. While double dies are a known minting flaw, finding them on a 1996 penny in sharp, clear condition is exceedingly rare. In numismatics, rarity and condition are everything. The clearer and more dramatic the doubling, the higher the value collectors are willing to pay. Combine that with a mint mark anomaly, and you've got a coin that defies expectations. But we're not done yet. Some of these high-value 1996 pennies also showcase off-center strikes, another minting error where the die strikes the planchette, the blank metal disc used to make a coin, improperly aligned, resulting in part of the design being missing or shifted to one side. Depending on how off-center the strike is, especially if the date remains fully visible, this kind of error can add thousands, or in this unique case, millions, to the coin's value. And it gets even more interesting. Certain collectors have identified 1996 pennies with die cracks and cuds, raised areas or gaps on the coin where the die itself may have broken or chipped during production. While these flaws would usually be considered defects, in the world of coin collecting, they represent minting quirks that can make a coin truly one of a kind. These defects tell a story of the mint's machinery under stress or malfunctioning in subtle ways, creating variations that never should have left the facility. A coin bearing multiple of these errors, say, a double die, a mint mark misplacement, an off-center strike, and a significant die crack, is almost mythological in nature, a unicorn in the world of coin collecting. It's the kind of find that changes lives and becomes legend. Let's not forget that condition plays a massive role in value. The $19 million valuation for a 1996 penny assumes that the coin is in mint state condition, graded MS68 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. Such high-grade coins are not only visually flawless but also extraordinarily rare due to the general wear and tear pennies receive in circulation. Finding a coin of this age with pristine luster, sharp detail, and no signs of wear is an achievement in itself. Add to that the rare mint errors, and you've got something truly special. It's the numismatic equivalent of winning the lottery. Now, you might be wondering how many of these exist. The answer is, not many. That's part of what makes them so valuable. Experts estimate that fewer than a dozen authentic examples bearing the necessary combination of mint errors and flawless preservation exist. They've surfaced at auctions, shocked collectors, and become the centerpiece of multi-million-dollar collections. Some have even been the subject of legal disputes due to their staggering worth and the difficulty in tracing their origin. But one thing is clear, when such a coin appears, the numismatic world takes notice. People line up to see it, scholars debate its creation, and collectors open their wallets wide. Another layer of value comes from the historical and symbolic nature of the penny itself. The Lincoln cent is an iconic piece of American currency, a coin with over a century of history. It symbolizes thrift, hard work, and patriotism, bearing the face of one of the most revered American presidents. So when a coin like the 1996 penny becomes a superstar due to errors, it taps into not just economic value but also emotional and cultural resonance. It's no longer just a piece of metal, it's a historical artifact, a collector's dream, and an investment vehicle all rolled into one. Adding to its mystique is the speculation surrounding its production. Some experts believe that these error coins may have been struck during a transitional period in mint machinery or under experimental procedures that were never officially recorded. There's even talk of rogue mint employees creating or allowing such errors to slip through undetected. Though these theories remain unproven, they contribute to the aura of mystery surrounding the coin. Conspiracy or not, what's certain is that such coins did make it into circulation and into the hands of extremely lucky individuals. It's also worth noting that the growing influence of social media and online auctions has propelled the fame and value of such rare coins even further. Platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, and various coin forums have made it easier than ever for rare finds to go viral, drawing the attention of high-net-worth collectors and investors looking for alternative assets. Stories of people finding valuable coins in old jars, sock drawers, or inherited collections have inspired everyday people to check their change more carefully. And the 1996 penny, with its potential $19 million value, is the ultimate prize. If you're holding on to pennies from the 1990s, now is the time to examine them closely. Use a magnifying glass, look for doubling, misaligned or missing mint marks, off-center strikes, and any unusual textures or bumps. And if you think you found something unique, don't hesitate to get it graded. Professional grading not only confirms authenticity but also establishes the coin's market value, potentially opening the door to life-changing offers. Collectors and investors are always on the lookout for fresh examples, especially those that haven't yet been catalogued or sold at major auctions. So, your penny could very well be the next headline maker. In closing, the 1996 United States 1-cent penny is a shining example of how a simple error can transform an everyday object into a multi-million-dollar rarity. Through a rare convergence of mint mark mishaps, double die anomalies, off-center strikes, die cracks, cuds, and flawless preservation, this humble coin has ascended into the upper echelons of collectible Americana. Its staggering value isn't just about money, it's about the excitement of discovery, the joy of collecting, and the historical significance that even the smallest artifact can hold. Whether you're a casual hobbyist or a serious numismatist, the story of the $19 million 1996 penny is a reminder that treasure can still be found in the most unlikely of places, even in your pocket. So keep your eyes open, check your change, and who knows? You just might find the next record-breaking coin that rewrites the history books and fills your bank account beyond your wildest dreams. That might just make you check your pocket change with a magnifying glass. We're talking about the legendary 2002 United States 1-cent coin, yes, that humble little penny that shocked the world of numismatics with a jaw-dropping potential value of up to $65 million due to its extremely rare errors, anomalies, and mint mark mysteries. You might be thinking, how could a simple penny, with a face value of just 1 cent, ever be worth such a colossal sum of money? Well, buckle up, because we're about to explore every fascinating detail, historical quirk, minting flaw, and collector speculation that elevates this coin from everyday change to an unimaginable fortune. The 2002 Lincoln Cent, part of the long-running Lincoln Memorial Design series minted from 1959 to 2008, is typically made from copper-plated zinc and struck by the United States Mint in vast numbers. Over 3 billion coins were produced in 2002 alone. But somewhere in this ocean of coins, a tiny number of them were released into circulation bearing errors so rare and significant that collectors have valued them at astronomical figures. The most sensational of these, often referred to as the $65 million penny, is said to exhibit a combination of multiple error types that are so profound, so visually striking, and so historically compelling that they set it apart from even the rarest mint mistake coins ever documented. One of the key elements that makes this particular 2002 penny so desirable is the mint mark error. Some examples are missing the mint mark altogether, or display what appears to be a double or even triple strike on the mint mark, most commonly D for Denver or P for Philadelphia, although Philadelphia cents typically do not bear a mint mark. In certain ultra-rare specimens, collectors have identified what seems to be an anomalous mint mark placement that defies standard minting protocols, leading some experts to hypothesize that these coins may have been the result of test strikes, transitional errors, or unauthorized experimental runs, which dramatically increase the coin's appeal and value. In other stunning cases, the 2002 penny shows signs of being struck on the wrong planchet entirely, meaning it was struck on a metal blank intended for a different denomination or even a foreign coin, resulting in irregular weight, unusual coloration, and distinct edge characteristics. These off-metal errors are especially sought after by advanced collectors and can fetch tens of thousands or even millions at auction, depending on the visibility and severity of the flaw. Another reason for the tremendous value of this penny is die clash errors, where the dies themselves collided without a planchet between them, transferring unintended design elements onto the dies and eventually onto the coins themselves. When these die clash marks are prominent and easily identifiable, especially if they involve critical areas like Lincoln's face or the Memorial Building, they become major talking points for numismatic scholars and instantly increase the coin's rarity. There's also the double die variety, where the coin is struck twice slightly out of alignment, creating a ghost-like duplication effect that can be seen on the date, lettering, or Lincoln's profile. In 2002, a few known pennies have surfaced with what experts believe are strong double die features, especially on the reverse lettering of 1 cent and United States of America, causing frenzied excitement in the collector community. The appeal of this coin doesn't end with errors alone. Some 2002 pennies also exhibit unique toning due to chemical reactions during storage or circulation, brilliant rainbow hues, deep blues, vibrant purples, and golden sheens that result from oxidation and environmental exposure, which, when combined with an error, make the coin a one-of-a-kind treasure that collectors are willing to pay a fortune for. The provenance of a coin can also skyrocket its value, and if a rare 2002 penny with multiple errors is linked to a known hoard, famous collector, or auction house, that historical connection can push its price even higher. Furthermore, some experts believe that a small number of these high-value 2002 pennies may have been created during a rare transitional period or mishandling at the mint, possibly involving leftover dyes or experimental alloys, making them effectively modern-day rarities with a story behind every strike. The mystique and buzz around this penny have only grown over time due to unconfirmed sightings, internet forums sharing blurry photos of suspicious coins, and rumors of private collectors purchasing these error coins for jaw-dropping sums behind closed doors. In one of the most talked-about claims, a collector allegedly discovered a 2002 penny with a complex combination of a double-die obverse, off-metal planchet, misplaced mint mark, and partial brokerage, an exceedingly rare type of error where part of the coin is flattened or distorted due to a previous coin becoming stuck in the press. When sent to an elite coin grading service, the coin was rumored to have received an astonishing mint state 67 or higher grade, confirming not only its authenticity but its near-perfect preservation, which added even more to its speculative value. With so few confirmed examples and so much secrecy surrounding their transactions, it's easy to see why the legend of the $65 million penny continues to grow. Numismatists and coin dealers agree that if such a coin were to be authenticated publicly and listed at a major auction, bidding could reach unprecedented levels due to the sheer rarity, historical intrigue, and media attention such an item would command. Coin collecting has always been a blend of history, art, science, and luck, and the 2002 penny represents the perfect storm of all four. It reminds collectors that incredible value can lie hidden in plain sight, and that a coin story, quirks, and mysteries are just as valuable as its metal content. Even seasoned collectors admit that the thrill of finding an error penny, especially one with multiple rare features, is unlike any other experience in the hobby. It's not just about the money, it's about holding a piece of history that shouldn't exist, a tiny metal fluke that somehow slipped past quality control and into the world. Every nick, strike, and blemish tells a story, and for the 2002 penny, those stories could be worth millions. So, if you have a jar of pennies lying around or change in your pocket, take a closer look. Who knows, you might be holding the next great numismatic discovery. Whether it's a misplaced mint mark, an unusual thickness or weight, doubling on the lettering, or a bizarre coloration, every detail counts when you're hunting for one of the most mysterious and valuable modern coins in existence. Always handle coins carefully, preferably by the edges, and consider getting any suspicious or unusual coin professionally appraised by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC, as proper authentication is crucial to realizing a coin's full market value. If you're lucky enough to come across a 2002 penny that checks multiple error boxes, don't rush to sell, consider its rarity, its grade, its uniqueness, and consult with experts before making any decisions. Stories continue to circulate of collectors quietly selling these high-value error coins to private buyers or at secretive auctions for life-changing amounts. The dream of finding the $65 million penny is real, and it keeps the spirit of coin collecting alive and buzzing. From incorrect planchets to dramatic die cracks, rotated dies, and even coins stuck together during the minting process, the world of mint errors is endlessly fascinating, and the 2002 Lincoln cent stands as one of its crown jewels. So next time you see a penny lying on the ground or tucked away in an old coin roll, remember, it could be the gateway to a fortune, a piece of American minting history, and a testament to the idea that great things sometimes come in small, copper-colored packages. Keep collecting, keep searching, and who knows, maybe you'll be the next person to discover a legendary coin worth millions hiding right under your nose.